Please rise for the opening prayer.
Constant guidance upon her. We thank you for your favor. We thank you for many things you have done for her. We thank you for many dangers you have walled away from her. We thank you for the successes that has been recorded. We thank you for every good thing, especially for good health of mind and body. And so, God our Father, as we thank you for the gift of this beautiful mother of ours, we ask you to be with us as we celebrate her today, to take your seat among us and to grant success to today's celebration, that the joy that we celebrate today may be a lasting one in the lives of every one of us gathered here to celebrate with her. We ask you to continue to be with her, to watch over her, to protect her, and to hold her by hand and lead her onward. For this and many other graces, especially the grace of office, to continue to mount higher and higher, we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Ọba ńlá, ọba wíbẹ̀ jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ọba tó ń jẹ́ èmi ni, òun ni wọ́n dájọ́ lé lọ́wọ́ ọjọ́ náà pé ọjọ́ náà dẹ̀ pé ó pè ní àwa wẹ̀yìn àwọn wẹ̀yìn bàbá wa.
This great Erelu, the scion of the Dosumu heritage of Lagos, also has a Benin heritage, and therefore I'm very pleased and glad that she's our queen and ambassador of the Empire of Benin. Third, of course, is that Erelu is a distinguished fellow of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, and that makes her an ambassador for all times and for all seasons. Finally, I'm very glad at the personal and private level that she is my egbon, she is my sister, she's my auntie, and she's my friend. Now, don't be confused at all. Today we have a double celebration. She's 50 on the throne of Erelu Kuti of Lagos. She's the fourth in that order. But today, the 29th of July, is also her birthday. She was born on this day in 1947 in Kano. And as I think of it, the reason she is Pax Nigeriana, and she's very distinguished as a mother of the nation, is the fact that she has a very pan-Nigerian foundation. I'm sure if you speak Hausa to her, she understands, and that's great. Thank you, ma'am. Now, she was born to royalty, and if you want aristocracy at its best and its highest and the most celebrated, you haven't found any greater than her. Now, Erelu was born to the Prince Adewumi and the Olori herself, Dosumu, in that year, 1947. Now, these two parents exposed her to everything that culture and tradition meant. And she took that very seriously. I can tell you that going through the palace of the Oba of Lagos, across two Obas, Oba Adeniyi Adele and Oba Oyeko, she learned everything that was important in the palace. And that's why today, as Erelu Kuti, she is not only the great ambassador, she's the queen mother. And she also teaches and empowers people in all of these different ramifications. Erelu, you are Oba Obiri. We thank God for your life. But you see, this Erelu has been described by her biographer in terms of three pillars. The one pillar is her freedom, because she exceeded every expectation that the boundaries of womanhood would have meant for her. So she defines freedom in its full ramification. Second is adventure. She's very adventurous. She has trodden the entire world. She's an aficionado, you know, of everything that fashion would represent. And she has proven to be a great and worthy ambassador. But the biographer also says that 50 recognizes that she's having a new beginning, because 50 is the magic point where things begin to get reinvented. And so she's today marshalling all of us to new heights that we have never seen. But let me tell us that when she first got into womanhood through Major Adekunle Elegbede, she joined hands with Major Elegbede in 1967 to ensure that Lagos State became a state of its own. So if you're looking for the foundations of the establishment of Lagos State, don't look beyond her. She's been very, very great. And she's been at the basis of all that went on to the foundation of Lagos. When she lost her husband, and a few years after, got married to the great ambassador, Fernandez, you will know that through her entrepreneurial support and drive, Fernandez became the first African to lift crude oil. And that became a great distinction for her. No wonder a few years after the lifting of oil, she became a major player in OPEC affairs.
It is such a pleasure to be here today, and I think everybody looks so beautiful. I'm here just to say a few words about Erelu Kuti IV, the Yeye Odua of the Source, on her 50th anniversary as the Erelu Kuti of Lagos. I would like to recognize the former president of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo. I'd like to welcome and recognize the governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his dear wife, my dear sister, in the Governor's Spouses Forum. The Governor's Spouses Forum, Ms. Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu. And she's representing the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and also here in her own capacity as First Lady of Lagos State. I would like to recognize the former First Lady of Ekiti State, Erelu Bisi-Fayemi. You're welcome. I'd like to recognize the Deputy Governor of Ogun State. You're welcome. There's so many people to recognize, and I hope I don't waste too much time. I'd like to recognize the former First Lady of Ogun State, Dr. Mrs. Amosu. I know you're a doctor as well. We spoke about that a while ago. I'd like to recognize all our traditional rulers here present. I can see the Olowo of Owo, and I can see a lot of others. Please pardon me. I'd like to recognize our white cap chiefs here present. I am indeed, and all our senators that are here, and so many others, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this very important occasion. I am
particularly happy to be here because Erelu and I come back such a long way. I am so grateful for all your advice over the years and all that you've done for me. Erelu and I share a common cousin, the Onilado of the Lado, and I believe it was herself and Onilado that decided to make me the Erelu of the Lado. As you all know, I have my roots in Lagos, married to Kwara, and by the way, the governor of Kwara sends his regards here. So it is an honor and a great pleasure for me to be part of this remarkable event to celebrate, acknowledge, and show due recognition to a woman who has, over the years, shown impeccable disposition towards our culture and tradition and has ardently worked for its preservation, showcasing it as a driving force for social cohesion and economic development of our dear country. While today's coronation anniversary is indeed a milestone, it is also a testament to the enduring role Her Royal Highness Erelu IV has played in promoting our values and tradition, and the remarkable impact she has made as a worthy custodian of our cultural heritage. Throughout history, you will agree with me that the central role played by women has ensured the stability, progress, and the long-term development of kingdoms and nations. In the 21st century, the issues of gender balance and the need to accord women equal opportunities and allow them to achieve their full potentials in all spheres of the society have gained more momentum. Though progress has been made to overcome impediments to the chances of women attaining leadership positions and contributing to development, a lot still needs to be done in the area of decision-making roles for women both in traditional and non-traditional spaces. While women are not intrinsically vulnerable, their social, economic, and political conditions make them susceptible to risks and vulnerabilities. It is, however, essential to recognize that women's vulnerabilities are embedded in the social, economic, and political processes and the current gaps in the development that reinforces them. However, in the face of these challenges, the Yoruba traditional culture places a very high premium on women, and this is evident in women inclusion in the management of traditional Yoruba societies. Our Erelu is a dear example of this. Women are assigned roles to see into the affairs of women in the communities and the marketplaces, while women are also revered as queen mothers and regents as the need may arise. There has also been instances where women hold sway as kings in prominent Yoruba kingdoms. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, holding on to these and preserving our cultural traditions, the Hrh Erelu of the source discharges the duties of her office enviably, drawing admiration to the beauty of our history and values, while inspiring and empowering women from all walks of life to be their very best. The single most undisputable fact in today's iconic celebration is Her Royal Highness's recognition as a phenomenon, not only on the account of the pride of place she occupies in high society, but especially because of the span of her achievements across different walks of human endeavors. One would be right to describe the Hrh Erelu of the source as a style icon, a worthy ambassador of culture and tradition, an entrepreneur par excellence. One would indeed have captured her essence of vision, diligence, and hard work. Permit me, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, on this occasion of the 50th anniversary of the coronation of Her Royal Highness Erelu Dr. Abiola Dosumu, to wish her many more great years, good health and peace all around, as I leave you with these lines that say, Bibire Oshefowora. Thank you all so much for listening. The Governor of Lagos State, thank you very much for being here today with the celebrants, Governor Hrh Erelu and his beautiful wife, my dear sister, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu.
Your Excellency, the former President of Nigeria, our dear father, President Olusegun Obasanjo, our royal fathers, Kábíyèsí o, Ajá pẹ́ lórí, bàtà pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. My dear sister, Dr. Olufolake Abdulrazak, wonderful remarks earlier on, and all the wonderful, distinguished persons on the high table, and all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen in the audience. Good afternoon to you all. Approximately 50 years ago, an 11-year-old girl sat in front of the television for most of the day. This 11-year-old girl was fascinated to see a probably once-in-a-lifetime ceremony take place that involved a beautiful young woman who was being named the Erelu of Lagos. This 11-year-old did not know that it was possible for a woman, a young woman at that, to be given such a distinguished position. And so this 11-year-old grew up knowing, encouraged by her father as well, but she grew up knowing that there was nothing that a woman could not do. That a woman could be productive, resourceful, resilient, and be the best that she could ever be. That 11-year-old is standing before you today. I was that little girl. A few months ago, I was talking to a group of students, young girls between the ages of 16 and 20. And we're talking about a whole range of things, and then they asked me a question which bothered me. They said, "Ma, these days a lot of young men are asking young women, what do you bring to the table?" And I looked at all these young girls who are being educated at one of the best schools in the country, who are going to go on to receive degrees around the world, and they are going to become doctors, lawyers, engineers, hopefully senators, ministers, a governor, hopefully president of Nigeria one day. And these girls were asking me, "Ma, these guys are asking us, what do you bring to the table?" And so my response to them was, the education you are receiving now, the opportunities you are being given, they are not meant for you to take anything to anyone's table. It is meant for you to have your own table. And I was able to tell them that because I grew up knowing someone, not just someone, many women around me, particularly Yoruba women who are brought up in a tradition of industry, entrepreneurship, faith, decent values, respect, education if you have access to it. I grew up knowing that I had an obligation to build my own table. And then hopefully if there's a young man who is interested in having a conversation with me, he will show me his table and I will show him mine. Erelu, Ma, the servant of today, my mother, my mentor, my friend, my big sister, thank you for showing the way for many women, for teaching us that it is possible for us to own our own tables, and that we can be whatever we want to be at any age without going around looking for someone to do things for us or make us do things that will put our persons and our dignity to question. Thank you for always showing us that we can write a different story for women in this country. And so all I can say to you, what do you tell someone who has everything? All I can say to you, Ma, is thank you. And also to encourage you to continue to do what you have been doing. And also for the rest rest of us to continue to learn from you and to document your story, so we can continue to tell our daughters and their granddaughters that there is a woman who knew from day one how important it is for us to own our own tables in the boardroom, in politics, in any place, and to have beauty that is not only external but internal as well, and also, in your own case, eternal. God bless you, ma'am.
Electable Erelu the Fourth of Lagos, a position that you have elevated to an admirable height over the years. It is also enthralling for me to celebrate your achievements as someone who has brought honor, candor, grandeur, and elegance to this very unique title, which has made you a model for many upcoming Nigerians. As a friend and compatriot, I wish to convey to you my hearty congratulations on this remarkable feat. Your disposition to this title and the way you have conducted yourself the past 50 years of this title are eloquent testimonies to your uncommon grit and gravitas. You are not just a thoroughbred traditional personality and cultural icon whose contributions to our cultural heritage has remained unblemished. You epitomize the patriotic zeal that helps society to flourish in the most profound way. Reflecting on the good old days.
Jojo ló máa bí tèmi. Kékeré jojo ló máa bí tèmi. Abike's upbringing largely influenced her choices, her education, community service, cultural heritage, and even her line of work. From Bonpai College to St. Teresa's to the University of Ife, the University of Manchester, even the University of Lagos. Oh, all of these pursuits have led her to be an outstanding leader par excellence. A round of applause.
I think with every sense of humility, Baba deserves another round of applause. I think he deserves all of the applause and all of the recognition. Baba will continue to see you. God will continue to grant you wisdom, to give you long life, good health, a sound mind, and all of the creative the wisdom you have that you continue to lead all of us. Through him, let me acknowledge very warmly our mother, the celebrant of today, who means so many things to so many people. And I'm sure today we're seeing a demonstration of that here this evening. Our Royal Majesty Erelu Abiola Dosumu, Erelu the Fourth of Lagos. Through you, ma, acknowledge all our first ladies, of course, including my darling wife. Acknowledge each and every one of you. Thank you very much for coming to grace this event. Excellency, Madam Deputy Governor, and all our traditional institutions, our royal fathers, because she has corrected me that they are also royal mothers. All of you are adequately acknowledged and recognized. I think the MCs have done all of that. Men that have served the country in various fashions, including our retired general, our white captains, captains of industry that are here, the traditional entries, all of you that are here, are like culture, like art, that embodies everything that is cultural in our environment. Ladies and gentlemen, what an evening. This is a simple but very historic event, very memorable, and I'm sure one for a very long time. It will be difficult for anyone to hit or to meet or attempt to surpass the history that we're putting together here today. Open and unveil and dedicate this Hrh Erelu Dosumu Cultural Renaissance Center for viewing into a big heritage site. Thank you very much. So what would you do?
So it's Eyo. So this, if you hear Eyo, it is from here. So I mean, and it's coincidental. It's coincidental that it's Eyo. And we have continuous exhibitions.
So they come around.
Yes, it's a remnant of exhibitions.
And come and
Fiji of Eyo. These are all our commissions. Yes. All this we produce and when we commission and we produce.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And then the peace, the resistance of today, we have developed. Well,
Olúwa ló ṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀. Olúwa ló ṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀. $1 àwọn ẹni ṣòwò, àwọn ẹni ṣòwò, tàbí ẹni ṣòwò, ó ṣe é.